Also unsere Zimmerreservierung ist wohl angekommen, aber der andere hat noch nicht ausgecheckt. Die Zimmer werden jetzt noch gemacht und dann ist alles. So, wir sind jetzt hier bei Crytek. Hast du schon mal was von Crytek gezockt?
Crysis, glaube ich, habe ich mal
Crysis. Ja, ich habe auch gerade Crysis 3 durch vor ein paar Wochen und ich bin ja ein alter Cry-Engine-Fan und bin jetzt super gespannt, was die uns mit WARFACE da zeigen wollen. Und wir treffen uns mit einem der Producer und
gehen wir mal rein?
Jo.
Hallo, wir sind hier bei Crytek mit dem Executive Producer Joshua Howard von dem neuen Free-to-Play Online-Shooter WARFACE.
Genau, and just the first question, I'm an avid Crysis player, so what will I, if I play WARFACE, what will I already know? There are any elements that yeah?
Someone who's familiar with Crytek games is going to recognize a number of things about WARFACE. We're very proud of the fact that although it's a free-to-play game and accessible on a huge number of machines, the quality is something that Crytek players will see. It is an absolutely beautiful game. We think of it as one of the prettiest, most beautiful free-to-play games on the market. And that's not just in the looks. The quality we bring to it as Crytek exists all the way through. So right off the bat, players are going to find that very familiar. And then players of some of the Crysis games are going to realize that there are some moves in the game that are going to seem familiar in the way that we take the best of what has worked in other things we've done before.
So I will have a bow.
You will, no bow. Maybe someday, bow. No bow right now. But like the slide maneuver, the ability to customize your weapon in the middle of a session. These are things that worked really, really well in Crysis and actually work really well in WARFACE. So there are going to be some similarities. But beyond that, then you'll see that actually WARFACE is its own game. It really stands out and it offers a very different experience. We think of it as the Crytek quality come to free-to-play, so familiar, but also something you're not used to in the free-to-play world.
I always like the sunsets and the lightning.
Yeah, beautiful lighting. That's one of the things the engine does really, really well, and I think we use it to good effect in WARFACE as well. And every time we do a new setting and a new set of maps, it's another chance to really show that off.
And so, as a beginner, do you think I could also play WARFACE?
Yes, absolutely. One of the things that we've really worked hard on is to make sure that WARFACE is really easy to get into, because free-to-play means trying to be as accessible as possible, and to do that, we've made the game feel very familiar, very easy. So if you've never played a shooter before, we're going to help you pretty clearly understand a little bit about what's going on. If you're more familiar with shooters, you're going to find it very familiar, you're going to jump right in and understand it. But whether you're an experienced player, or you're not an experienced player, we think WARFACE is good to get into.
Okay, let's come to the actual content. I haven't read so much about it, so will I only have regular catch the flag missions, or will there be a backstory behind it? Just tell it.
So most of the game is actually broken down into, we think of it as two modes. There's the versus mode, very classic in a shooter genre, as well as something we're very excited about is we have a very rich cooperative mode. And in those two modes, you're playing a slightly different variation. So not only would you see in versus mode capture the flag, but there are a variety of other popular modes that you'll see in play on various different maps. But then the PvE mode is also an entirely different. It's you and a bunch of your friends working together to make your way through an environment. So while there is sort of a big overarching story, and as players play WARFACE, they sort of get exposed to a little bit more. Essentially, it's an experience right now that day to day is about working your way through the player versus environment experiences while also then jumping into the versus modes when you want to play.
There are a lot of shooters out there. A lot of other shooters. What is the difference to WARFACE? How do you
Well, why should we play it?
Yeah, why should we play WARFACE?
Right. So there's a few reasons, some of which I feel like I've said, and I go again. One is a lot of good shooters on the market that have a big investment. You know, it's buy a $60+ game, never mind buy your online subscription. And fundamentally, WARFACE is free to play. So it's easy for anybody to play. And then through GFace, in the United States and in Europe, you're going to be able to download it very easily and get in and play. So really easy to get into, low barrier to entry. And then there's the quality issue. A lot of good free-to-play games out there, but not many of them that we really think represent the Crytek quality. And whether that's in the visuals or in the play experience, we think that's a big deal. It's a very easy to get into game. So there's a bunch of people who maybe are intimidated by the fact that there are shooters on the market that are so complex. You know, we're 5th and 6th in a series, and I didn't play the first few games, and I don't really understand what's going on. That can almost be a problem, but WARFACE is actually made to really bring you in and go very well. And then fundamentally, WARFACE is a game service. We don't think of it as a product that we put in a box and we just hand to you. As a service, this is a product that's going to be growing and changing over time. So as players, you get to come with us and grow with it. New content, new modes, new missions, improvements all the time. The story evolves all the time. It's a real thing that you can engage with over time. So we think that there's actually a bunch of factors that make WARFACE really stand out from the other really great shooters on the market. We think we've got our own thing, we do it really, really well, and we would love players to come give it a try.
Okay, and now Butter bei die Fische, as we say in Germany. At what point I have to pay for it?
So you can play the game all the way through without actually having to pay. So as a really good free-to-play game, the philosophy we've taken at Crytek is really about first building a great game and a great experience. And we think that there are a variety of ways that then you'll want to spend money, but there's never a moment in the game that we're going to force you to spend money, and we think that's a big deal. So there's a lot of players who are going to come in and they want to play, and they're going to be maybe irregular, and not spending any money is going to be fine. And they're an important part of the community because they are, in some sense, content for other players as well.
What do I get for my money?
So you can use your money to pay for a variety of things. There are one of the things we like about WARFACE is there's actually different ways you can invest. There's some standard expectations, like you can buy boosts. I'm a family guy. I don't have a whole lot of time to play, so I want to be able to boost my experience. So my play time is a little more valuable, progresses me a little faster. There are various classes in the game. One of the things that we think the game does really well is give you a lot of choice. 4 different classes in the game, and you can use money to take advantage of some of the differences in those classes faster than you can. There's also the idea in the game we have these random boxes. You can just sort of say, well, I want to buy a random box and see what I get. And you're always going to get something good, but once in a while you might get something amazing. You don't need them, you don't have to have them, but if you want them, you can. So we're really giving you the opportunity to pay for convenience and to pay for time, because for some of us that's a really big commodity.
It's an old dream of humanity to pay for the time.
That's right.
Buy your time.
So if you want to move faster, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So we give you a variety of different ways. And actually part of what's exciting to us is as we bring WARFACE into different regions, we get to understand from customers what they want to pay for and what they don't want to pay for and how that works. So actually you're going to see WARFACE in the West manifest itself differently than it has manifested in the other locations. So it's one game, but different customers, different markets have different tastes in how they want to pay for things, and we like to use we can use WARFACE to do that differently.
Do you actually play WARFACE, and what do you like most about it?
Actually, yes, I play WARFACE a lot. I'm a big fan of the game. That had a lot to do with why I joined Crytek on this crusade. So I'm a big believer in the product. What are things I like about it? Well, I do play shooters once in a while. I'm not a super hardcore guy. I don't have the kind of time I used to. And I love the fact that WARFACE is a game that I can jump in and I can play quickly. I love that with the 2 modes, the fact that I can play versus or cooperative means that I can get in and play a cooperative mission and have a fantastic time without feeling like, because I'm not a constant player, I'm just getting destroyed all the time. So I'm a real big fan of our co-op play, because I'm not as good a player as maybe I need to be to really be competitive in co-op.
The same here.
Yeah, and then one of the things I really like about WARFACE is the investment time. If I have 15 minutes before my next meeting, I can jump in and play and still enjoy it. But if I want, I can sit down with a group of people and really take, an hour or more to go through the difficult daily mission. And every day there's going to be a new one. So if I can't get through today, I can come back tomorrow and try it again. So if I want to engage quick, I can. If I want to really spend the evening playing and do a big game with my friends, I can. It's very rare to find a game that offers both sides of that. So these are the reasons why actually I'm a big fan. I like to play the game a lot. I wish I could play more. I'm really excited about it coming out in the West, because now I get to share it with all my friends in the United States and in Europe, as opposed to just the other regions that we're live in now.
Okay, I would say get us 2 of these suits and we are ready now.
Well, we'd love to have you come in and play the game and check it out. and tell us what you think. And then there's a lot more coming down the road. So we're happy to come out today, but I'm really excited about the things I can't talk to you about right now, because what we have in store for WARFACE as a service, I think, is also really exciting. So stick with us, give it a try, and we hope you enjoy it.
Thanks, and thank you for the interview.
Okay, well, thanks. I appreciate you coming by. So forward, backward, left, right. Right now. So the way the game is set up is you are WARFACE. You're going into this zone to do some stuff, whatever it is, whatever the mission is. So these are the other classes. Right now you're playing the sniper, which is good. So now we're getting ready to load in. We're seeing the players load. And what you're going to see here for a moment is the screen's going to flip to being from in a browser to being full screen. So we use the browser to make it easy to get into and easy to do the social aspects, but then for the game we want to go full screen because that's where we get the real, gorgeous Crytek detail. And you're playing the PvE, so the bad guys you're seeing are actually computer opponents.
All right.
And you've got to try to take them out and make your way through the level.
So, was war nochmal ducken?
So you see there's some down here.
Yeah, I see him.
Okay.
So I don't know where he is.
We are gonna die. We are gonna die.
No, it's okay. And even if you die, it's fine.
Okay.
Right? You're early on, you're okay.
Sterben ist völlig in Ordnung.
For a first timer, you're doing fine. The fact that you can move. my wife couldn't figure out moving.
Well, I've played video games before, but not shooters.
Okay.
I
So
see
shoot.
I see them. Yeah,
Shoot
I
him
see
here.
them. I'm shooting.
See? So you got to hit there. That was good, right? There, you
He's
got to
there.
kill.
I killed him.
Okay, macht sie alle
So turn
fertig.
around real quick. So you saw that was actually that little symbol there was that one of your guys was getting hurt.
Okay.
As the sniper, what you do well is long range.
Okay.
But some of the different characters include, like the medic, he can heal people. The rifleman gives more ammo. Because when you run out of ammo, you're out of ammo unless there's a rifleman to come help you.
Yeah.
So you're giving us this good-looking shooter for free.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, we think that's
you.
a real important part. As Crytek, we're really excited about what free-to-play does, and we really wanted to spend the time to bring Crytek quality to free-to-play.
Nicht gut, nicht gut.
Nicht gut.
And you see how you got told up there that one of your buddies just saved you.
Am I dead? Oh,
So
no.
now you're dead. Now, here's the thing. You're going to stay
that
this
looks
way
gruesome.
until the next
Yeah.
checkpoint. Now, at the same time, if you wanted to right now, you could use what we call resurrection coins. And resurrection coins are like the old arcade machines where you can say, I want to keep going anyway. So if you don't want to pay, that's okay. Wait till the next checkpoint. But if you're really impatient, you can spend
pay,
some money
alright.
and you can use your coin to jump back in.
Was wir Besonderes haben, sind 3 Sachen. Zum einen habt ihr Crysis mal gespielt.
So here's
Unser Teamspeak, den wir jetzt nicht hören, ist die ganze Zeit, was macht der denn da? Wieso? Oh, befreien.
Oh. Was ist Nahkampf nochmal?
Beginnen und
Ich guck mal, Nahkampf 3.
mit der F-Taste den Boden gleiten.
Hör auf.
Hör auf, lass mich in Ruhe.
Ja, ich erfülle ja das Klischee von dem Mädel, ne? Ist ja klar.
Und zu guter Letzt.
Ich habe schon mal Shooter gespielt, aber an der Playstation und noch nie am PC.
So grüne Augen. Die Sache
Hope you enjoyed it.
Yes.
Give it a shot. There's lots of different ways to play. Every day there are going to be new missions. Stay with the game, and you're going to see new maps, new weapons, new stuff. We're going to be teasing out the story more about what's going on in this world and who WARFACE is and the things going on. And I'm glad you enjoyed it. So thanks for coming by. Thank you very much again.
Aber bei denen ist es halt einfach so, dass es
Also wer von euch auf Shooter steht, das Ding ist kostenlos, könnt ihr im Browser spielen, testen, schadet nicht. Also ich würde sagen, schaut einfach mal rein.
Auf jeden Fall.
Und das halt eben Schimmer zu begeistern.